Hey boys and girls, welcome back to term 3. Last term we did guitars and ukuleles. Well, this term we're going to be focusing on instruments of the orchestra. Okay, and that covers a whole wide range of different instruments that we play. Now, what is an orchestra? Here goes. An orchestra is a group of instruments working together. Okay, it is a whole collaborate of instruments that work together. Okay, and you're a part of something bigger than yourself. Okay, so let's say you play the clarinet. You play the clarinet, but an orchestra has clarinets, flutes, has saxophones, has violins, have trumpets, trombones, have percussion instruments, have a whole bunch of different things like that. Okay, and they all have a part to play. It's just like a footy team. You see, footy teams, they've got their rucks. They've got their people that play really well at different parts of the ground. Okay, and when you put them together, if magic happens, they work together really, really well. Okay, so that is what an orchestra is. It's a whole bunch of instruments that work together to produce something that is quite beautiful. What I want you to do today, boys and girls, is just come up with a whole list of different instruments that you can think of. Okay, so I've already given you a few examples of some of these instruments. You might want to go onto the internet and do a bit of study to try and find out a couple of different instruments of the orchestra. Okay, but what I want you to do is just think about all the instruments that you know of, and I want you to make a list of them. If you could do that for me right now, that would be great. Thanks. Now, I've already said that the main purpose of an orchestra is to work together. Okay, this is really important when it comes to an orchestra, to create something that is bigger than just you. Okay, and I've given the example of a footy team, maybe even a basketball team, or maybe even something else that you need to work together to be able to create something quite magical. Orchestras quite often are used in film, and you're going to love this, right? Because every film has got music, and a lot of the music is done from orchestras. If you take a couple of the big epic films, let's say Star Wars for instance. Okay, Star Wars has an orchestra that plays all the music for it, and it makes it magical. Let's go to something a little bit smaller, Toy Story. Okay, again, there's an orchestra behind Toy Story. In fact, quite a lot of the cartoons that you watch even have orchestras that create the music for them. I'm going to play a snippet of a movie right now, and what I want you guys to do, I want you to think about what instruments you can hear in that movie. Okay, just a small section. I want you to listen to it, and I want you to write down any instruments that you can hear. If you don't know the names of the instruments, write down what they sound like. Okay, do that for me right now. Here is the movie.
Run them! We might! In that quad jumper!
Hey! We need a pilot!
We've got one!
You! What about that ship?
That one's garbage! The garbage will do!
So instruments of the orchestra are what we're working on this semester. And if nothing else, I want you to remember that instruments from the orchestra come together to create something that's beautiful. They work together to create something that's beautiful. Okay? Remember that, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.